I know about your previous job. You think you can hide pieces of yourself from me, but you forget who I am. You forget what kind of man watches. Even when you think no one is looking, you built walls around that past of yours, guarded it like a wound you don't want touched, yet here I am, pressing my thumb right on it. Not because I want to hurt you, no, because I want to see how you react when you realize someone finally sees you without your masks. You don't understand how deeply I've studied you, how much time I've spent decoding every hesitation in your voice. You really believed I wouldn't find out? You with your trembling hands and careful little lies. Do you think I don't recognize the tone of someone who has survived things darker than my name? You think your silence hides anything from me? No. Your silence screams the loudest, and I listen. I always listen when it comes to you, that job, whatever it was, whoever used you, whoever forced you into it. None of them can touch you now. Not because you're free, but because you belong under my shadow now. You should hear the way my guards speak when your name passes their tongues. They don't know anything. Of course, they'd be dead if they did. But I know everything. I know the places you walked, the men who thought they owned you, the nights you cried into your pillow because you thought this world would swallow you whole, and maybe it would have if I hadn't noticed you in time. I don't rescue people. I claim them. And you, your past, your mistakes, your fears, all of it is under my command now. Do you want to know what truly bothers me? That you still think of yourself the way they made you feel. That when I speak your name, I can still hear the echo of their control in your heartbeat. But you need to understand something with me. You don't get to kneel unless I want you to. With me, your past has no power because I already stripped it of every secret it held. I dug through the darkness you tried to bury, and I didn't flinch. I didn't pull away from what you were. I only decided what you will be from now on. You think I'm angry? No. Anger is too small for what runs in my blood when I talk about you. What I feel is possession, pure, unfiltered, because you dared to carry a past without trusting me with it. Because you thought I'd walk away if I knew the full truth. But I'm not like the men you served. I don't break my toys. I remake them. And you're going to be remade exactly how I want. You should be afraid right now. Not because I know everything about your previous job, no. Oh, that part is nothing. You should be afraid because I'm the only man who knows your past and still wants all of you. I'm the only one who looked at the darkness behind your eyes and said, mine. And trust me, once I say it, the world itself bends around my decision. So don't hide from me again. I already own the parts of you you're too scared to look at. And the terrifying truth is you want me to. You think I don't feel the way your past still clings to you. It's in every pause you take before speaking, every breath you hold when you think someone might judge you. You walk like someone who's used to being examined, used to being valued only for what you could offer, not for who you were. And the worst part, you still expect me to treat you the same way. You expect me to use you, discard you, forget you. But I'm not here to forget anything. I'm here to remind you that nothing about you escapes me. Not your fear, not your history, not the truth you try so desperately to bury. You keep pretending your past is some locked door I'll never open. But do you honestly believe I need your permission? Do you think I wait for your confession like some fragile man seeking trust? No. I walk straight through every boundary you think will keep me out, and I do it because you need someone who won't be fooled by your polite silence. You need someone who sees the cracks you don't admit you have. The world taught you to hide. I'm teaching you what it feels like to be seen, completely, dangerously, unforgivably. There's something almost tragic about the way you still try to protect yourself from me, as if I am the threat you should fear most. You don't realize that everything far worse than me has already happened to you. The darkness you've survived, it was never meant for someone with your voice, your hands, your softness, but it shaped you anyway. They shaped you anyway. And now the version of you that crawled out of that life belongs to me, whether you acknowledge it or not. I'm not angry that you hid it. I'm disappointed you thought you could. You built your identity around survival, and I understand that. But survival is a language I speak fluently. You don't have to translate your pain for me. I already know the dialect of scars, and yours are loud. But instead of pushing me away, they pull me closer. They tell me exactly where you were broken, exactly where you need to be held or controlled. Do you know why your past doesn't threaten me? Because it's powerless here. It doesn't change what I want from you. It doesn't lessen the pull you have over me. If anything, it sharpens it. You didn't grow out of the darkness. You grew inside it. And that kind of woman, that kind of strength wrapped in fragility, it demands ownership, not pity. And I'm the only one capable of claiming you without fearing what came before. You don't get to run from what you were. Not anymore. You carry the remnants of your former life like hidden blades. But I hold them now. I know exactly who touched your world before I stepped into it. I know the shadows you served, the debts you paid, the choices you didn't get to make, and all of it makes you more precious, not less, because despite everything, you still breathe with a softness the world didn't earn. So listen carefully, whatever you were before, whatever they made you do, whatever role you played in that forgotten chapter, none of it rules you now. I do. And the moment you accept that, the moment you stop acting like your past defines you, you'll finally understand the truth you keep running from. I don't just know who you were, I decide who you become next. You keep acting like the ghosts behind you still have a claim over you, as if their fingerprints are carved so deep into your skin that even my touch can't erase them. But you're wrong. The only reason your past still breathes is because you keep feeding it with fear. I don't fear what you were. I don't fear the truth. I don't fear the scars you think are ugly. I only fear the idea that you'll keep running from me when I'm the only one who can silence those ghosts permanently. You don't realize how close you are to being free, and how much it relies on you surrendering the last pieces you're still trying to hide. You've spent too long living like someone who must apologize for existing. You answer like every word needs permission. You move like someone waiting to be punished for speaking too loudly. You look over your shoulder even when no one is following you. I see all of it, and every time it makes something cold and possessive twist inside me. Not because your fear annoys me, but because I want to be the last thing you ever fear. Not the world, not the men you served, not the life you escaped, only me. If you knew how deeply I want that from you, you'd stop pretending your old life has power. You don't understand the kind of man I am. I don't collect information for curiosity. I collect it for control. And knowing what shaped you, knowing what broke you, knowing the version of you that existed before I found you, it gives me leverage no one else has. I don't just see you. I know how to dismantle your defenses without lifting a finger. You build them to survive the world. Now I break them because I want you to survive with me, under me, because of me. There's a certain beauty in someone who has been through hell and still tries to protect their soft parts. You guard your memories like someone might use them against you. And maybe you're right, most would. But I'm not most. What you see as weakness, I see as weapon. What you see as shame, I see as reason to pull you closer. You think you are harder to love because of your past, you're not. You're harder to reach. And that makes reaching you the most intoxicating thing I have ever done. You tell yourself that revealing everything would make me walk away, but you don't understand. Nothing you show me will push me back. If anything, it drags me deeper into you. I don't want your polished version. I want the hidden one, the one no one was allowed to see, the one shaped by pain, rebuilt by resilience, and wrapped in walls thick enough to keep an army away. But not me. Never me. Your darkness doesn't repel me, it summons me. You keep assuming you must protect yourself from me, but the truth is far more twisted. I'm the safest hell you'll ever know. I'm the enemy who won't destroy you, the danger that won't devour you unless you ask for it. You don't need to be afraid of your past resurfacing. I hold it in my hands, and nothing escapes my grip. Not even the parts you'd rather forget. I don't erase your history, I absorb it. I use it to understand exactly how to break open in the ways the world couldn't. So stop pretending your past defines you in front of me. It doesn't. I define you now. You can fight that truth. You can deny it. You can hide behind old shadows. But every road you take will lead back to me. Because I'm the only one who sees all of you and still chooses you without hesitation. You keep pretending that distance will protect you, that if you stay far enough, quiet enough, hidden enough, I won't reach the parts of you you're terrified to expose. But distance has never stopped me. You forget that I don't need your presence to feel you. I don't need your voice to hear the truth trembling behind your silence. Every time you pull away, you teach me exactly where your weakest points lie. Every step you take backward only drags my attention deeper, my focus sharper, my grip tighter. You don't disappear from me, you become clearer. You've lived your entire life believing no one would choose you if they knew the truth. So you learn to survive by offering pieces, never the whole, by speaking in half-truths, never the full story. But with me, that doesn't work. You can't give me fractions and expect me to accept them. I don't want the parts you're comfortable sharing. I want the parts you flinch from, the memories that shake your hands, the chapters you never say out loud, not because I enjoy your fear, because your fear is the doorway to who you really are. You still think your past is something fragile, something that would shatter if anyone touched it. But I've touched darker things than you can imagine. I've walked through fire hotter than any shame you've ever carried. You're not fragile. You're someone who survived things meant to destroy you. And that survival, that quiet, stubborn endurance, it's the one thing that draws me to you more fiercely than anything else. The world tried to break you. Now I'm here, not to fix you, but to claim what survived. You've been taught that vulnerability is a weakness, that if someone knows your truth, they'll use it to control you. Maybe that was true before. Maybe the people you trusted were unworthy. Maybe the world treated you like something disposable. But I'm not here to follow their pattern. I don't use your past to control you. I use it to understand exactly what I'm taking into my hands. I want to know every bruise, every scar, every fear, every reason you learn to hide your heart, not to hurt you, to own you completely. You still try to hold on to parts of yourself. You hide them like little secrets you think I can't reach. But I feel the parts you hide more intensely than the parts you show, the pain you bury, the guilt you never talk about, the softness you keep locked away because you're afraid someone will crush it again. I sense all of it, and every hidden piece makes me want you more, because it means there are still doors inside you that only I get to open. You think you're protecting yourself by pushing your past behind you, but all you're doing is giving it more power. It controls you because you keep trying to outrun it, And every time you run, you forget that I'm standing in the only place you haven't looked, the place where your past ends and your future begins. You can ignore your memories, but you can't ignore the fact that I know them, hold them, and remain unmoved. So listen to me carefully. Nothing you've lived through makes you less in my eyes. If anything, it binds you closer, because I'm not interested in the version of you the world tolerated. I want the version you keep hidden, the one shaped by pain, sharpened by survival, and softened only in the presence of someone who sees everything. And whether you admit it or not, that someone is me. You think silence will shield you, that if you say nothing, if you give me nothing, I'll eventually lose interest in the parts of you you're terrified to confront. But silence is a language I understand too well. Every pause, every hesitation, every breath you hold when my name crosses your mind, it tells me more about you than your words ever could. You don't hide in silence, you become exposed by it. And I hear everything you're trying not to say. You carry your past like a weight pressed onto your chest, one you've convinced yourself you must bear alone. You've learned to flinch inward, to shrink around your own memories, as if acknowledging them makes you weak. But what you don't realize is this: your past doesn't scare me. The things you endured, the people who tried to own you, the choices you didn't want to make, they don't make you unworthy. They make you someone who understands darkness in a way few ever do. And that makes you far more compelling than any untouched, unbroken soul. You've spent so long being careful, being quiet, being someone who doesn't disturb the world. You learn to occupy as little space as possible, to bend before anyone could think of breaking you. But with me, that quiet obedience becomes a challenge, because I don't want you small, I don't want you hidden. I want the full force of who you are. The anger you swallow, the tears you never shed, the fire you were forced to bury. I want all of it, even the parts you hate. You assume I'll judge you. You assume I'll see the darkness in your history and look at you like the world once did, with suspicion, with distance, with disappointment. But I don't. The truth doesn't push me away, it pulls me closer, because I understand what kind of strength it takes to survive what you survived. You think I'm drawn to your beauty, your voice, your softness. But what truly pulls me is your resilience, the kind you try to hide because it reminds you of pain. You believe your past is something you must protect me from, as if I can't handle the truth of where you came from. But you forget who you're talking to. I've seen more shadows than you've walked through. I've dealt with monsters far worse than the ones that haunted you. Your past doesn't intimidate me. It intrigues me. It shows me exactly how deeply I can carve myself into your life without you breaking too easily. You keep giving me only the parts of you you think are acceptable. The polite version, the composed version, the version that doesn't shake or tremble. But I'm not interested in your performance. I'm interested in the woman behind it, the one who learned to swallow her voice because the world refused to hear it. I want the version of you that exists when you stop pretending. The one who still trembles when old memories surface. The one who still aches. The one who still hopes someone might stay, even after knowing everything. So stop hiding from me as if your past could change anything. It can't. You don't lose value because of what you lived through. You become mine more completely because of it. You can keep trying to outrun your history, but I'm right here, waiting in the one place you've never dared to stand, where your past has no power, and I have all of it. You keep acting like your past is some forbidden territory, something I shouldn't walk into. But I already have. You left the doors unlocked without even realizing it. The way your voice trembles when certain topics come up, the way your eyes lower when someone asks too much, the way your breathing shifts when you remember something you don't want to say, those are the keys. You think you're hiding, but you're transparent to me, not because you're weak, but because I pay attention to you in ways no one ever has. I don't need your permission to know you. I only need your existence. You still carry shame for things that were never your fault. You punish yourself for choices